In other news, Singapore's public cleanliness campaign heads into the malls, 16 of them, in fact, with a 30-second video on social etiquette to encourage shoppers to bin their food and drink packaging properly. It's thanks to a new partnership between the Public Hygiene Council and CapitaLand investment. The tie-up is also marking 15 years of the Keep Singapore Clean campaign. And for more, I'm joined in studio by Andrew Khng, who is the chairman of the Public Hygiene Council, and also with us is Associate Professor Christina Liew, who is the Council's Executive Director. Welcome both of you to the show.
Good evening, Angela.
Now let's start with Christina. This year there's been a big focus on malls and shopping centres. Why the shift and why the focus?
Thank you for that question, Angela. So the Public Hygiene Council has many partners. We have over 700 partners across corporates, businesses, schools and stakeholders. And this year we thought to scale up our campaign, we would partner one of our significant partners. So CapitaLand Mall has been our partner for a while. It's one of our Corporate Action Network partners, as well as SG Clean Day partner. And we realised that shopping malls are critical touch points for millions of Singapore residents every day, every weekend. And there we could instill habits for good social etiquette, such as getting rid of your drink and food packaging properly after finishing with it. So we partnered CapitaLand Mall to put out a jingle to remind people to keep places clean and to put out posters and messaging and yes, as a critical touch point.
Yeah, and speaking of food packaging and leftover food, for example, is this linked in any way to the issue of rats or other pests that have been reported on and off from time to time?
Yes, absolutely, Angela, it is. So for Public Hygiene Council, we've evolved our messaging. We don't just talk about public cleanliness for the sake of keeping the country clean, but we talk about this leading to public health issues such as mosquito breeding, rat infestation, and public health diseases. So yes, absolutely. In fact, the Keep Singapore Clean campaign, when we first started it in 1968, it was just called Keep Singapore Clean. But 1 year later, it evolved to become the Keep Singapore Clean and Mosquito Free campaign. So even at that point, we recognized the importance of public health measures. And I think that's what's led to very high public health standards that we see in Singapore today.
Yeah, well, Andrew, let's bring you into this conversation. Sure. You know, as Christina was mentioning, it started all the way back from 1968.
Yeah.
Now it's 15 years of this specific Keep Singapore Clean campaign. After all these years, are we where we want to be when it comes to public hygiene, in your view?
Angela, I think you must first understand that keeping Singapore clean it doesn't have a stop point. It is always a journey because we have young people that's going to grow to become middle age and so on and so forth. So we actually always start with good, schools whereby we can teach them, and from there, then we also have introduced technologies, for example, because over time, things have evolved. So even the toilet cleaning, the ways that we are operating, the guidelines, the laws, and everything has become clearer. So we have evolved over a period of time. If you ask me again whether I'm satisfied, it's work in progress.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement,
yeah,
right?
Sure.
So now, given all of that, despite the evolution, do you think there are some weak spots here that we can maybe target or focus on? What are the biggest challenges or weak spots that you feel have come up when it comes to public hygiene?
I think last year we did we look at the toilets per se. Toilets is actually a very common area whereby everybody just use it and it go off. And that's one of the painful things that we need to actually address. Second, I think the trade returns. Now trade returns is actually quite manageable now. Even you go overseas, they can recognize you as a Singaporean, that kind of thing. So it's okay. I think apart from this, my take is that we are also looking at trying to reduce the cleaners. There's a lot of cleaners here. In fact, just to give you an example, we have 27 times more cleaners than Taiwan. Yeah, and that kind of number is we have 56,000 cleaners all over the island just to do the cleaning. So here, I need to really look at what PHC can do to reduce this. And when you reduce something, you need to increase something else. So the community must kick in to actually help to do it. So that's why when we created this journey, we really want to look at how we can actually balance it back.
Yeah, and it comes down to personal habits at the end of the day, right?
Correct,
so with Christina, I want to ask, what behavioral changes do you hope to see that you think Singaporeans can actually step into easily?
I think that's a very good question, Angela. Honestly, when we work with all our partners and stakeholders, a lot of people are very keen to help and to do something. Sometimes they just need to know what to do and they need to have a platform. So for this, for instance, the Public Hygiene Council, we have very big networks. So we ask them to join our networks. We have a Rise Champions network that has over 60 member organizations. We also have a Corporate Action network. We started this 1 year ago, and we now have over 160 businesses that work together with us. And we have a Clean Hood program that brings together students, residents, and local businesses in the neighborhood to help us keep neighborhoods clean. So through these networks, we can actually really make a difference with our own two hands. And I think that from this, we can encourage everybody to join us. And that's one of that's the main theme, actually, Angela, of our campaign this year. We all have a hand in it. So it's really talking about us, taking strengthened responsibility to collectively make a difference.
Now, Andrew, do you think that this cleanliness message has truly sunk in over the years, especially among all groups of people, right? We have young people, we have the businesses, as Christina mentioned, and even the migrant workforce. All of us can come together really to do our part. So has the message sunk in, and how this video that you've released also add to this?
I think over a period of time, people are more aware that, with our limited resources, how are we going to help each other? And that's why we are promoting the Gotong Royong spirit. And that is where we can come together. And just giving an example for the communities at large, especially for the more matured estate, they want to come and participate, not only because of that, but because they also can actually feel like, coming for a gathering. Yeah, so that is actually quite fun for them. Yeah, so for the children, it's something new. You pick up something new. So here we are actually creating the awareness for the people to actually enjoy themselves. That's why we have clean pots and clean hoods, and even we go to the schools and even preschools. Yeah. We are also targeting preschools. So that's how we get the outreach, and hopefully in time to come, we will actually expand further. Yeah.
Tapping into the social aspect, the community aspect of it, right? Well, thank you so much, both of you, for coming in today and sharing about the new campaign. I've been chatting with Andrew Khng and Associate Professor Christina Liew, both from the Public Hygiene Council.